Don't play JRPGs because it takes so long. Literally, it takes weeks to finish Pentiment. If it wasn't for fucking coronavirus, I would have finished this like
resolution
2 days after last time.
Resolution.
Like even before December.
Full resolution.
We're here. Gonna finish it now. So it's been 2 weeks. I forgot how to play this game. I forgot about most of the characters. I know roughly what we were doing. I know that my character died in a fire like an idiot trying to save books. And that I am now playing her. What's her name? Ursula? No, it's not Ursula. Hang on.
Journal. Ex Libris.
Magdalene. Magdalene, it's the other one. She's the daughter of the printing press guy that lost his wife and the other kid. Anna was the daughter of the baker. So she's... It looks like... I don't know, like... late teens, early 20s maybe?
Maps.
It's been a long time since Andreas died. It's probably been like 10 years or something. Here at the shrine?
Player says Saint Satia's shrine. Martha especially likes to leave offerings for her.
Martha. Who the fuck is Martha? Sure.
Agnes gathers chamomile here every year to prepare her cures for the coming year.
Ah, I see. Who's Agnes again? I forgot about almost every character in this game.
Forest.
Besides, most of them are probably dead.
Waterfall. Player says a waterfall is always so beautiful.
It is very beautiful. Hang on a second.
Language. Master music volume. Ambient sounds. Music music volume. Sounds volume.
Just bear with me. It seems like...
Master volume. Ambient sounds.
The volume
Music
of
volume.
the
Sounds
ambient
volume.
and the music is
Master
much
volume
louder than the
options.
spoken voice. So, need to fix that.
Old salt mine.
Oh, my home.
Mine shaft. Player says the old salt mines. No one's mined in Tassing for ages.
I see.
Mine shaft. Waterfall.
I hate how it reads the text of the places as well.
Forest.
Worst. Worst.
Meadow. Player says I can't believe how quickly the leaves changed this year.
Yeah. Do you think that guy's still
Smokey's
alive,
home.
Smokey? Oh my god, he's so old.
Smoky. Vaxlov.
Maxlow is back. And he's also much older.
Player says it's nice to see some green this time of year. Horehound is one of the few plants that grows year-round here.
Right.
Smoky.
Look at old Smokey. Ancient at this point.
Smoky says hello, Magdalene.
Hello.
Smoky. Smoke. Vaxlov.
Vaxlav.
Vaxlov says hello, Magdalene.
Hello.
Forest.
Vaxlav.
Forest.
Forced.
Smoky's home.
Oh, this is
and
gonna be
drummers.
quite something, isn't it?
Meadow.
What's an objective?
Grass.
Where do we have to go? Home. Before we go home...
Church and Golden Hand Inn.
Oh, the Golden Hand Inn is still here.
Killian.
Oh my god, Killian. He was a kid.
Killian says hi.
Killian says, huh? What?
Nico. Nico says Magdalene.
Alright, Nico.
Killian.
The wife is dead. She burned in the tower, I think. And the mercenary is also gone. He probably just left, but yeah. We accuse the wife of killing...
Killian. Meadow.
the... Who died? Otto.
Player says this old statue of Saint Moritz has seen better days.
It's just legs.
Mill.
Who is that?
Jesus.
Sorry?
Jesus.
Zeus. Is this... Is this motherfucking computer voice reading better than me?
Jesus. Andreas.
The voice says Zeus instead of Suse.
Jesus. Andreas.
I see. We have a little Andreas.
Andreas. Andreas. Andreas says, hello.
Someone named their kid after Andreas. Imagine naming your kid after a random stupid artist that ran into a flaming tower to save books and died with the books.
Option 1 of 2. Good day, Master Muller.
Master Muller? Who was Muller?
Option 2 of 2. You can call me Magdalene. Andreas says Maglen.
The Miller. Don't remember the Miller. Could that be Muller? I don't know. But he can't say my name, so I hate this guy already.
Player says Magda works. 2. Andreas says Magda.
Was the one shooting people. Oh, was he the one? Who impregnated his wife? You won't be surprised when Muller means Miller. I see. God, I would never have guessed. Also a very common name. I remember a football player named Muller. Very good. Back like 10 years ago or something.
Player says there you go. What are you up to today? Andreas says drawing. Player says anything interesting? Andreas says no. Secrets.
Secrets? Also the yogurt. Very good. Yeah. Very smooth.
Player says oh. I see. I'll leave you to it, then.
This kid has secrets.
Andreas. Muller house. Muller house.
Alright, let's see who's Whoa, alright. Oh, what the fuck is happening here?
Else.
Else was the wife of Mr.
Else.
Muller.
Else says hello, Magdalene, Anna.
What?
Else, Mill, Anna, Ulrich.
My love, Anna.
Anna said Ulrich.
What did she say?
Anna, Anna. Anna. Anna.
The voice won't read God bless
Ulrich.
you. Magdalene. Ulrich.
Ulrich says Magdalene.
Magdalene, he called me.
Player says hello, Ulrich.
Alright. Alright.
Ulrich says hello, oh.
Oh, please. I can't. I can't laugh. It literally is pain. I can't. You can't do this to me. Oh. I mean, it is Christmas. Hello, oh.
Player says what are you doing?
I don't know what you expected. I don't know either.
Ulrich says watching.
I don't know what I expected, leave me alone.
Player says very well. Keep up the good work. Ulrich says work. Haha. Just like mom. I will work now. Ulrich.
Alright, he's working.
Mill.
The Battle of the
Muller
Texas
House,
Beach.
Church and Druckers. Muller House. Andre Petsuit.
I mean,
Nano.
mine is way more powerful. I have access to literally dozens of voices, both from the UK and from the US and from Australia and India and Wales and all sorts of countries. So
Forest.
Huh?
Player says snow is creeping down the mountains. Winter will be here soon.
Oh no, winter is coming.
Forest. Lower Abbey.
Alright, let's go to the Happy and see who's alive.
Upper Abbey.
Oh, this is not looking good.
Guest House.
Oh boy.
Abbot House.
Oh, the Abbey is gone.
Guest House. Upper
They
Abbey.
closed it after it burned down. They didn't fix it. Oh yeah, it's gone. It's broken. It's completely fucked, and they never fixed it.
Lower Abbey. Shrine.
Hey, good news is the shrine is still open and the hand is back.
Upper Abbey. Player says the hand of Saint Moritz. The poor Clares take care of it now that the Benedictines are gone.
Claire's. Yeah, the Benedictines are gone. So who's in the
Garden.
convent?
Upper Abbey.
Gertrude.
Prior's
Oh my
House.
love, you're still alive. I can't believe that.
Upper Abbey. Convent. Gertrude.
Look at the lovely Gertrude still here.
Gertrude says God bless you, Magdalene.
God bless you, Gertrude.
Pet son of Mossfanger. Pet son
The
of
son of
Mossfanger.
Mousefanger.
Pet son of
Unbelievable.
Mossfanger.
They have nothing planted. Like, do they even live
Convent
here?
Aquarium.
She's still alive.
Marguerite.
Margaret.
Marguerite.
Oh man.
Player says hello, Marguerite. It's Magdalene. Marguerite says oh, Magdalene. God bless you, you don't normally come to the convent alone. What brings you here? Option, ease, language, voice, Microsoft.
Voice assist options. Marguerite says not that you are not welcome, of course. It's always wonderful to have visitors. Player says I had some spare time and thought I would say hello. Marguerite says oh. Well, hello. Haha.
Haha.
Ha ha.
It is good to hear your voice, though. I enjoy it when outsiders visit the convent. Player says do you miss the outside world much, sister? Marguerite says yes, sometimes. I miss the other Benedictine sisters especially. She'd never admit it, but Sister Lisbeth had the most wonderful voice. I always stood next to her if I could.
Is Lisbeth still alive? Oh my god, she's old. I can see we have Catholic in bumhole still. Right. Dragon snail. Wizard fox. Yep. And angry fishes. Yeah, that's that's all there.
Player says why stay, then? Why didn't you leave when the Benedictines left Kiersaw?
Good question.
Marguerite says ha. Truth be told, I was too frightened to leave. Kiersaw is my home.
Ha.
I didn't like the idea of becoming accustomed to a new place. Learning the convents ins and outs was hard enough.
Oh, well, I suppose it takes, like, extra work for her to learn about a new place.
I never went outside the convent much anyway. I know where everything is here, even if it's changed over the years.
Right. I wonder if the text-to-speech reads the spelling mistakes.
Sister Gertrude had already planned to stay, too. The garden always needs tending, and 2 hands make light work.
Right.
Besides, I can't leave Mossfanger behind.
True.
Option 1 of 3 Kiersaw is a wonderful place to call home. Option 2 of 3 of course. She truly is Queen of Kiersaw. Option 3 of 3 I can't imagine how drafty and lonely the convent must have been after everyone else left. Player says has the convent changed very much since the poor Claires arrived? Marguerite says yes. The food is simpler, and some of the prayers are different. But all the chores and gardening is the same.
Right. So it's only the 2 of them. All the brothers have left.
Gertrude misses making ink for the scriptorium, but I've enjoyed learning the sisters' new customs.
Or part of the name. I mean...
Speaking of which, I should probably return to my chores. Player says of course, sister. Apologies for interrupting. Marguerite says not at all, Magdalene. God bless you.
It is?
Convent garden. Prioress house. Francis convent garden.
Franziska's here.
Convent
Who?
garden. Franziska.
Question mark?
Franziska says God bless you. Convent garden.
Oh well.
Upper Abbey.
Well, we're
Lower
missing
Abbey.
basically everyone. I mean,
Meadow.
unless someone else is dying, what are we even doing here with this
Forest.
girl at this point in the game? Feels like Andreas' story
Smoky's home.
is
Church and Druckers.
done, closed, and we never found who the
Meadow.
one manipulating everybody was.
Our Lady of the Labyrinth.
Okay, that old lady has to be dead. No one's here.
Player says. Mary, Mother of Jesus. Her painting has been here as long as I can remember.
I have to fill in when the game doesn't say what it's supposed to.
Church and Druckers. Mill.
Alright, Mother
Martin
Druckers, let's
Farm.
go in the
Drucker
house. So it should be just the father, right?
Sleeve. Church and Druckers.
Was the only
Drucker
one
House
still
Upper.
alive.
Drucker House Upper.
Is he okay? Oh, he's not good. Well, he's not here.
Drucker House.
What do? Do we just sleep?
Church and Druckers. Sleeve. Player says I'm not tired right now.
He's not tired right now. So,
Church and Druckers.
guess we go around town.
Central Town.
Oh, hey, boys.
OTZ says hey again. Mags.
Oh, yeah, no, we met him already. He's the bean boy. He's the bean baby. I forgot we met him last time.
Player says. ... Are you serious? I just told you not to call me that. And what are you all doing out here? Don't you have better things to do? OTZ says what business is that of yours?
OTZ. It's OTZ. It's like a Dota player.
Kraft says not me. All my work's done, Mags.
Alright, Craft.
Apollo says what do you care?
Apollo?
It's not like you've got important work to do.
Apollo.
Option 1 of 3 Tinker Magdalene maintains and tinkers with the press and type, and sometimes works with Baltus.
Ooh, that's a cool option.
Option 2 of 3 Domestics Magdalene can handle anything connected with household or animal work.
Ah.
Option 3 of 3 Bookkeeping Magdalene is proficient with balancing numbers and general accounting of data and information.
Hmm. Oh, they're both very good. I like Tinker and I like Bookkeeping.
Option 1 of 3 Tinker Magdalene maintains and tinkers with the press and type, and sometimes works with Baltus.
Hmm. I mean, being good. What was the first thing we got? She was like a naturalist, I think, because we gave her the natural science book. So she had a scientific mind.
Option 3 of 3 Bookkeeping Magdalene is proficient with balancing numbers and general accounting of data and information.
I mean, I wanted to do something for books, but bookkeeping is not that, despite the name. I think
Option 1 of
Tinker
3 Tinker Magdalene maintains and tinkers with the press
is
and
more
type,
related
and
to
sometimes works with
maintaining the
Baltus.
books because she maintains the press and the inks. So sure, let's do Tinker. I like that.
Player says I keep the press running for my dad, and I work with Baltus on his inventions.
I work with Baldas. Remember the guy that makes like the crazy automatons?
That seems a little more important than standing around the commons in the middle of the day.
Oh, shots fired, Magda.
Apollo says Baltus' inventions are stupid.
How
Doesn't seem like
dare
something
you?
a girl should be involved with, if you ask me.
Oh, the freaking thing corrected the...
Player says right. No one did.
Yeah, I didn't hear any askers, so... Go fuck yourself, Apollo.
OTZ says calm down, Mags. You're going to get a reputation. Kraft says too late to worry about that. She already has a reputation.
What's that supposed to mean?
Option 1 of 4 Barb's Magdalene is skilled at stinging, countering, and otherwise deflating people in conversation.
Damn.
Option 2 of 4 Flirt Magdalene likes to playfully tease and flirt with people. Option 3 of 4 Haggle Magdalene is a strong negotiator, whether it comes to finances or other matters of trade.
This would have been nice if I had the bookkeeping, I suppose.
Option 4 of 4 Snoop Magdalene has a penchant for sneaking around, eavesdropping on conversations, and passing gossip.
Okay, so... we could do haggle to compensate for the
Option
fact that
3
we
of 4
didn't take
Haggle
the
Magdalene
bookkeeper
is a
thing.
strong negotiator, whether it comes to finances or other matters of trade.
We could be a snooper. Now that's a good one. Or Barbs.
Option 1 of 4 Barb's Magdalene is skilled at stinging, countering, and otherwise deflating people in conversation.
So she's just rude, basically. Instead of arguing properly, she diminishes the person in front of her to make them feel like idiots. I mean, I'll tell you what, that would be awesome against Apollo right now. Although I
Option 4
do
of 4
like the
Snoop Magdalene
snooping.
has a penchant for sneaking around, eavesdropping on conversations, and passing gossip.
Ah, this is a tough choice. I like the snooping, I like the haggling. I mean, I have to go with my heart.
Player says someone needs to keep an eye on the creeps in this town, Kraft. Otherwise you would know you hide behind the Gerdner's chicken coop and spy on Artemis while she's washing.
Oh, snap. Who's Artemis? Oh. Why do we have all these gods living among us now? Like Apollo and Artemis? Like, what's going on?
Kraft says, "Wah, no. I wasn't. No, that wasn't me."
Yeah, right.
Apollo says, "Hey. Is that true?" Kraft says, "And no."
No.
Apollo says, "Oh my god." OTZ says, "All right, we got it." Lay off. Did you get those things your dad wanted? Player says, "Oh, that's right. No, not yet. Hopefully I can just drop them off and start my reading for the day."
Right.
OTZ says, "Reading? What book is so important that you need to get back to it?" Option 1 of 3 Polyglot Magdalene can't speak any foreign languages other than Italian, but she can read a little of almost all of them.
We could be speaking Italian, which would be in line with Andreas. And read a little of all the languages. That doesn't seem such a bad thing. What's this?
Option 2 of 3 Volksbücher Magdalene is familiar with the most popular, common books of the day. Assorted trivia, almanacs, common knowledge, and scatological stories.
Damn, alright.
Option 3 of 3 Reformation Magdalene has read a wide range of contemporary books on the Reformation and Counter-Reformation.
Boring. Polyglot.
Option 1 of 3 Polyglot Magdalene. Player says Don Flor Isodeniki. Kraft says Don what?
Don D's nuts.
Player says Florizal, like flower. It's a knightly romance written in Castilian. Such a beautiful language.
Such a beautiful language, yeah.
Apollo says, "Who speaks that?" Player says, "People from Castile." Apollo says, "Never heard of it." Kraft says, "Right. Sounds made up."
Why are these guys so mean to Magdalene?
Don't you read all sorts of books about trees and birds and whatever? Player says, "Yes, trees and birds and whatever. That's right. People are finally writing down what they see in nature instead of copying something a Greek imagined centuries ago."
Thank goodness for that.
Apollo says, "Do you have any books on frogs?"
But why?
Player says, "What?" Apollo says, "Never mind." Player says, "Wait. OTZ, aren't you supposed to be at the Rathaus, too? You're on the council."
Ötzi's on the council? He's like 12.
OTZ says, "Sure, but it's pointless without your dad's plans. Hurry up and get them. I'll see you there."
Alright. So we need to get the plans.
Steinauer House.
Oh my god,
Agnes.
Agnes. You're so old.
Central Town.
Did you just say Central Town instead of Good Morning Magdalene? Sure. Central Town. Central Town to
Central
you,
Town.
Agnes. OTZ
Church
in the
and Flowers.
house. The rat house.
Drucker House.
So, where are the plans that I need to collect?
Church and Druckers. Drucker House Upper.
There they are.
Player says the Rathaus mural sketches. I think this is what my dad wants.
The mural sketches. Oh, are we paying an artist? Do you think the little shit that was with us became an actual artist and comes to do the murals?
I think these are all of the plans. What is this part of the plans?
Is it me or sometimes the volume of the voice just goes down, like takes a drop out of nowhere and then comes back normal?
Player says stop.
Oh no. Oh no. It's the note. It's the purple note. Oh, not again. Someone's gonna die.
Hey. Option 1 agree this isn't Dad's handwriting. I can actually kind of read this. Player says thank God he's a printer. Well, whatever. I'll bring it just in case. Alright. I'd better get these over to the rot house.
The Rot House. Is that
Drucker
spelled
house over.
correctly? Did they say that
Search and
right?
Druckers. Sent Town Commons. Martin Bauer Farm.
So Martin, the fake Martin, is still around.
Search and Druckers. Martin Bauer. Brigida.
Gita's still here.
Brigida says hello.
Hello.
Magdalene.
There he is.
Martin.
He's old,
Martin. Martin says Magdalene.
but he's still here, you know?
Empty house.
Empty house. It's very empty.
Hans Bauer Farm. Yuda.
Utah. Who?
Yuda says hey. Hetty.
Eddie's still alive.
Hetty. Hans.
Simon
Simon says hey. Magdalene. Hans. Simon.
and Hans.
Gertner Farm.
Oh, the Gertners. How's
Gertner House.
Eva?
Gertner House.
Wait, Eva was living in Otto's house because that's Ut's house.
Veronica.
Veronica's still alive.
Veronica says hello. Gertner Farm. Clara. Clara says hello.
Claire's still alive. Where's the
Gertner
little
bedroom.
bitch? Where's Ursula?
Gertner House. Clara. Gertner Farm.
Where's that one? You know, the little one.
Town Commons.
Martha.
Woj Martha.
Oh my god.
Woj Slav. Hans ba
Oh, Ursula. Oh,
Hans Bauer Farm.
fuck me.
Fabian. Artemis. Kreutzer House. Artemis.
Artemis. There's a guy that's
Artemis says
peeping at
hello.
you while you change.
Magdalene.
You should do something about
Kreutzer
that.
House.
Who is this
Black
guy?
Till.
Black Till?
Black Till says hello. Magdalene.
Ooh.
Eva.
Oh
Christina.
my god.
Eva. Eva. Christina.
Christina.
Christina says hi. Magda. Player says hello. Christina. What are you doing today? Christina says helping mom. OTZ is right. You're really pretty.
Damn. OTZ, huh?
Option 1 of 30. Thank you, Christina. You're really pretty. too.
Yeah, you're really pretty too. Let's not make a big deal about it, okay?
Christina says hee. Thank you. Don't tell. It's a secret. Option 1 of 20. I'll keep it secret. Option 2 of 2 I definitely won't. Christina says haha. You're funny, Magda.
Cool.
Eva. Black Till.
Black Till.
Town Commons.
Who is Black Till?
Artemis. Fabian. Fabian says good morning. Magdalene.
Ursula.
Fabian.
Fabian. So,
Woj Slav.
brother Woj Slav in the house is still around.
Woj Slav says God bless you.
Damn, Woj.
Woj Slav. Martha.
I don't remember Martha.
Martha says hey. Andrew.
Andrew's still around.
Martha. Gertner Rezi.
No way, he found a wife.
Rezi says good morning, Mistress Druck Aaron.
Oh, see, he was so worried that he would end up alone. And then
Central
look
Town.
at Rezi.
Central Town.
Wait, was Rezi the name of that woman? that he was supposed to go and meet because he saw her in another town or something. Did he actually go there? Oh man, I don't remember. It's been too long, but that was a
Alvin
thing.
Bakery.
Oh my god, Gret, you're as beautiful as ever.
Gret says bless you, Magdalene.
God bless you, Gret.
Gret.
I suppose the
Central
men are all in the rat house.
North Town.
Who is this guy?
Carl.
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 Good day.
Central Town.
Carl.
Rothaus. Stahl's house. Isenkopf house.
Isenkopf is the inventor. Yo, who the heck is that? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What the fuck? Damn, dude.
Natsu.
Natsu. Ooh.
North Town.
Ciao, Magdalene. Oh, he's Italian.
Natsu.
So it's Natsu. It's probably Ignazio, which is an Italian name.
North Natsu. Baltasar. Player says Baltas workshop. I wonder if we can do another lesson soon.
Right.
Baltasar says Magdalene. Magdalene.
Magdalene.
Option 1 of 2 yes.
Yes?
Baltasar says the cinnamon I added to the beer is perfect.
I mean, honestly, cinnamon goes well everywhere.
Option 1 of 2 isn't that A. Spice? Option 2 of 2 you're making beer? Baltasar says well, yes. The copper pots you helped me pipe are part of the process.
Right.
Option 1 of 2 oh. I thought it was for something more serious. Option 2 of 2 hey.
Hi.
Baltasar says it's for the Christmas celebration.
Ah, I see.
Player says oh, I suppose you don't have much time left. Baltasar says quite right, the wheel of time stops for no man.
Okay.
But it's going to be wonderful. Cinnamon, coffee from Ethiopia, cacao from the New World.
Wait, are you making beer with cinnamon, coffee, and cacao?
Natsu says Gso Christo, ACH Hadanara face tutu.
I'm sorry? What? That is not Italian. Gesù Cristo, accia denaro face tutto. I think it says, who's got money can do anything. In what is probably a Naples accent? Question mark? Honestly, I'm Italian and I can barely understand them, so your guess is as good as mine.
Jesus Christ, he who has the money can do everything.
But I was right, so yeah.
Baltasar says problem? Natsu says of course not. It's your money. Baltasar says. Anyway, I'm quite excited about it. Natsu says clearly. Baltasar says as such alchemy is not normally my strong suit, and for all of Natsu's complaints about the cost, the base rye we're using is free. Player says really? Baltasar says yes. The farmers had so much rye this year, they just couldn't use it all.
Seems like the farmers are doing good.
Gret made as much bread with it as she could, but she wound up having to throw a lot out. So why not make beer?
It turns out when you don't have to give 90% of what you make to the abbey as taxes, you can actually live quite well.
Option 1 of 3. Yes, why not? Baltasar says thank you.
Right.
Not North Town. Stahl's house.
Was the Stoltz the doctor? Yes, the doctor with his collection of wall chairs, of
North
course.
Town. North Town.
Alright, let's go to the rat
Rot
house.
House. Player says the Rot House is the biggest building in Tassing.
It came out quite nicely after the accident, you know, involving Otto.
Baltus clock took ages to build and place.
They even have a clock.
Rot
It's
House.
the 1500s, that's not bad to have like a functioning clock tower.
Rot House. Klaus says I don't understand how we're still arguing about this.
Okay, so there's Klaus, Big Jorg, Dr. Stoltz, and who is that? Thomas? The Thomas?
These murals should depict the truth. What we know is the truth.
Oh, we have a problem. Okay, someone's gonna die because of these murals.
Thomas says I don't think it's so simple, Klaus. Paul says are you afraid of angering our Lord, Father Thomas? Werner says I think Father Thomas means that the truth is not so easily agreed upon. Big Jurg says I don't know. I'm tired of arguing. I just want it to look nice and show what happened.
Ah, that's a good point. What happened is that Andreas died like a freaking idiot in the fire.
Klaus says Magdalene. Thank you for bringing these. Maybe illustrations will succeed where talking has failed. I'm done arguing with them. I'll see you at home for supper.
Right.
Thomas says it's all right, Magdalene. We don't need to see the drawings. It's not that we don't understand what he's trying to do. I didn't realize we had upset him so much. OTZ says sounds like things got worse after I left. Paul says well, we've been arguing about this for almost 2 hours.
Damn.
Werner says for all the good it did us. He hasn't budged. What's the point of talking if you can't make any progress?
Yeah, he's got a point.
Thomas says Magdalene, could you speak to your father? Help him see things from our point of view?
I mean, can we see the drawings before that?
Option 1 of 2 Father Thomas, I don't even know what you're all arguing about. Option 2 of 2 so in the end I ran to get plans that you don't want to see and now you want me to do something else with you?
Yeah. Fuck Thomas, honestly.
Werner says I'm sorry, Magdalene, this all became a lot more contentious than we hoped. Thomas says Klaus has strong, very strong, opinions on how the history of Tassing, of Kearsarge Abbey, should be portrayed.
Oh, maybe they want to portray the Abbey as the bad guys. I mean, to be fair, they weren't great. But at the end of the day, if it wasn't for the final accident, I think we were solving everything quite nicely, but things just escalated.
Werner says and those portrayals may upset some of our neighbors.
And it was mostly the guy with the gun's fault, you know? He decided to die on that hill to protect his mistress, of all things. I don't even know why that happened. I thought he would just discard her when he was done with her. But no, he barricaded himself inside the freaking tower and started shooting people. Like a madman.
Paul says isn't the real concern that it's going to upset the Lord? Isn't everyone really worried about him coming here someday and seeing the revolt memorialized on the wall?
Right.
Big Jurg says you keep saying that we all disagree with him. I don't think I do. Not entirely. Option 1 of 2 well, what do you think, Jurg?
What do you think, Yerk?
Big Jurg says I know I'm not the smartest man in this room, but I know what happened to my own dad. I know what he did. It doesn't feel right to ignore what happened to him, what happened to Otto.
That's true, yeah.
OTZ says look, you all knew my dad. I never had the chance.
Yikes.
I don't want to make the people in this town angry. I don't want to make our Lord angry. None of us do. But maybe there's a way to tell this story in a way that's true without upsetting anyone.
Maybe.
Thomas says so. It's all very complicated, you see. Magdalene, try to get him to consider a portrayal of our history that's a little less inflammatory.
Right.
Option 1 of 3. My father was deeply affected by the revolt. It won't be easy to convince him of anything.
It's so quiet. Why is it so quiet? Sometimes it just goes almost silent.
Options. Language. Master volume. Sound. Master options.
Louder.
Option 2 of 3. I don't think it's as complicated as you all think. Option 3 of 3. So you want me to convince him to do what you say? I'm sure that will work.
I mean, I can't really say anything here because I have never seen the drawings, so I can't really, you know, lean any specific way until I see them. I don't know if they're inflammatory. One. I mean, probably true. Or I'm just gonna pretend I don't know anything and say I don't think it's as complicated as you all think. It's at least committal. I think 2 is like a more neutral, I don't lean any specific way. Sure, we can say number 1.
Option 1. Thomas says the revolt was a major event for everyone in Tassing. I know how hard it was for him. Werner says we need to come to an agreement, or call off the mural entirely.
Can you not just paint something that has nothing to do with the history, the tragic history of that specific event of Tassing? Can they not depict the Battle of Saint Moritz or whatever? You know, something about the foundation of Tassing instead of like one terrible tragedy that happened like 10 years ago.
Player says he's been wanting to paint this mural for years. You can't tell him no all of a sudden. Paul says then help us, Magdalene.
Magdalene.
Your father will listen to you. Option 2 of 2 fine. But only so he can paint it, not on account of your bickering like children.
Yeah.
Option 1 of 2 all right. I won't promise anything, though. He's already hard enough to convince.
Yeah, no promises.
Player says now I'm going back home. This mess has taken up too much of my day already. North Town.
What is this? Oh.
Klaus says Magdalene.
I guess because we don't have the priests anymore, we can count time normally instead of going by prayer times. Now we can just say it's 3 p.m. and not it's Vespers or something.
Thank you for bringing the drawings to the Rathaus. I'm sorry it was a waste of time. Those men don't know what they want. When I tell them what I'm trying to do, they get scared.
Can I see the mural?
Then they talk and talk and talk. They talk all day and we're never any closer to a decision. I'm sick of it. Sick of the whole thing. Option 1 of 3 Dad, I'm worried about you. Option 2 of 3 Can you just start working on it? If they don't like it, they'll have to figure it out for themselves.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not gonna make anybody mad.
Option 3 of 3 They'd probably stop arguing if you just proposed something more predictable.
I guess she's just worried about her dad.
Klaus says I know. I appreciate the concern. I suppose I haven't been this upset about something in a while. I'll get through it. I just need time. Player says why is it bothering you so much? Klaus says we hear all of these stories about what this place was, how it came to be, and it feels like history is something that happened before, happened to other people, but 18 years ago, we lived through something, you and I, everyone in Tassing.
18 years? Jesus Christ. It's been 18 years.
Everyone wants to forget about it, pretend it didn't happen. Player says you don't. Klaus says no, I don't. All those years ago, I did nothing. I was worried for you, worried for Benjamin and Rachel and Esther.
Who? Whoa. I don't know who these people are.
I was so afraid that I'd lose you. I wouldn't have been able to bear it. In the end so many people died anyway. Peter and Ulrich and Andreas and all of the others.
And D. So, Peter and Ulrich. Who was Ulrich? Wait. Ulrich died. And Peter. Ulrich got shot, right? He was the one that got shot by the crazy man with a gun. But Peter? Did he get killed for the revolt? Like, how did Peter die? And all the others, like what others?
And we lived. Player says Dad, everyone says that it wouldn't have made any difference.
Can I silence the sound of
master volume, sounds volume, writing volume,
the writing sound effects?
sounds volume options. Player says if you and the others had fought, you would have died. I would have died. Klaus says maybe I could have stopped him from going to the mill. Or maybe we could have stopped the peasants from burning it down.
Yeah, that would have been a good choice.
But we'll never know. Option 1 of 2 you can't change the past, Dad.
So is that what this
Option
is about, the
2
mural?
is that what Klaus says it's a chance to put something down in a place where everyone can see. If people start to forget, this will remind them, we were here. This happened. If I don't do it, who will? Option 1 of 2 you're right, Dad.
I mean... Here's the thing, though. When this current generation gets old and dies anyway, the new generation is not gonna care anyway. Like, nothing is permanent, even if you paint it on a mural. Because all the people that were there will die eventually, and then it will be just a story.
Option 2 of 2 don't let it get to you.
Don't let it get to you. Don't let this consume your remaining life.
Klaus says too late.
Oh.
Option 1 of 2 well, at least try to get a good night's rest. Player says maybe things will be better once everyone slept on it. Klaus says I hope so. All the arguing has left me beat. I'm going to bed early.
Sure.
Player says all right. I'm going to stay up for a bit and write a letter to Esther. Klaus says good. Please say hello to her from me.
Esther. Who the
Player says and her parents. I know, Dad. Klaus says good night, Magdalene.
Was Esther
I
the
love you.
pregnant woman? The one that was giving birth at the time?
Player says I love you, too.
I know there was
All
a passing
this running
couple.
around has left me tired, too.
Oh,
It will be nice to sit down at my desk and just write for a while.
okay, cool. Which one is my desk?
Drucker House Upper. Church and Druckers.
Ah, this one.
Right.
Nice, we can write.
Player says all right, where to begin? I should write to Esther.
I should write to Esther.
Player says, Dearest Esther. Option 1 of 2. I hope you've been well. Autumn has reached us here in Tassing at last.
I mean, let's
Option
send the
2 of 2.
regards,
I
or my
hope you and
father
your
is going
family are
to
well.
be pissed about
Dad
it.
sends his regards to your
We don't want
parents,
to give him
like
another
usual.
reason to be angry.
Player says, I've spent the last few days collecting oak balls with Sister Gertrude. I don't suppose you have the chance to do that in Prague. Sister Gertrude has been teaching me how to grind them into a smooth ink.
Nice.
It's difficult work, but you'll find no better ink anywhere in Bavaria. I'll send along a bottle with this letter.
Okay.
Oh, did I mention? Dad started a new project. He's painting a mural of Tassing's history in our new Rathaus to memorialize the revolt.
What a bad choice. Like, anybody can tell you that does sound like a bad choice.
The whole thing has me thinking about my own family history, past, present, and future. Option 1 of 2. I don't think I want to stay in Tassing forever. It's a quaint place to grow up, but I'm 20 now.
Get out. Yeah, I'd say get out. Oh, but leaving the printing press though, I kind of like the printing press. But yeah, she should definitely leave
Player
Tassing.
says, Dad says I should take over the shop, but I want to do more with my life.
She's a smart woman, she can do something else.
Not just take over a print shop in some tiny town in the Alps. If I married a master printer, then I could become part of the Printers Guild.
There we go.
Then I'd be able to send Dad my extra earnings and make a name for myself in one of the cities. And yes, before you break the nib off your pen, I will come visit you in Prague, I promise. I'll try to make time to visit before winter. Life has been bustling here. Dad's been busy with the Rathaus mural, so I've taken over in the workshop. I'm sure it will be a sight to behold once it's finished. Write back to me soon. All my love. Magda.
Nice. And it's now... Wait, how many numbers does this have? Oh, let's go both ends. Go to bed. Sure.
Sleep. Player says it's late. I should get some rest soon. Option 1 of 2. Go to sleep.
Go sleep. The fuck is happening with her feet? Oh, changed color now. Oh, it was like just a shadow. Like she had like a gangrene or something. Did I just sleep for 3 hours?
Klaus says act.
Oh, what the fuck?
Player says Dad.
Uh-oh.
Dad. Klaus says Magdalene. Player says Dad.
Oh no.
Hang on, I'm coming.
Oh fuck.
Player says Dad.
Oh, not again. Somebody just knocked him on the head. Just bonked him.
Klaus says Magdalene. Player says what happened? Are you alright? You're bleeding.
Are you alright, she asks.
Klaus says someone came into the house. They hit me over the head. Player says I'll go get Dr. Stalls. Try not to move, Dad. Klaus says Magdalene, it's not safe. Whoever attacked me, option 1 of 2. This wound is too deep for me to take care of on my own. We need Dr. Stalls. Klaus says Magdalene, be careful. Player says I will. I'll be right back, I promise.
Man. He's dead. He's dead. Like, something like 7 hours
Paul
later.
says, do you know why anyone would want to attack
Wait, he's alive.
you, Klaus?
Leaving him alone so the attacker can finish the job. We're in cahoots. He's still alive though, he survived.
Klaus says no. Maybe someone didn't like one of the books I sold them.
Or maybe someone didn't like the mural you proposed. which limits the amount of people that could do this. Hello, blindfolded. I've been horrible. I've been terrible. I had the COVID. Getting better. How have you been?
Big Yerk says, are you sure you didn't see a shadow and hit your head on the printing press?
A shadow? Big York, what the heck are you talking about?
OTZ says, come on, Yerk. You saw the workshop. Somebody was looking for something. Thomas says, a burglar? In Tassing? That's preposterous. Paul says, well, if it wasn't an attack, what was it?
Oh, which is why we're using text-to-speech to read the game, because my voice can't hold all the reading. I just can't handle it.
Werner says, enough. It was a deliberate blow to the head, unless any of you wish to debate my diagnosis. Paul, Otis, Thomas says. Werner says, as I thought.
Oh man, they tried to say no, but the text-to-speech cut them all off.
Truthfully, Klaus, I'm surprised the blow didn't kill you. You have a strong skull.
Yeah, I'm surprised too, honestly.
It's a grave injury. Magdalene, you'll need to help take care of your father.
The text-to-speech is trying his best. I mean, it is trying his best.
Option 1 of 2, I will. Whatever I need to do. Werner says, good. Of course, the mural will have to be called off now. Klaus, you absolutely cannot get out of bed.
Can I just say that it kinda pisses me off that they have added both male and female text-to-speech voices, but they didn't think of an option where the male speaks for the males and the female voice for the female characters. Ah.
Klaus says, no, it has to be done. This is too important. Just give me some time to rest. I'll find a way to make it work. Big Yerk says, I don't think we need to cancel the entire project. Can't we just wait?
I don't think he's going to paint any mural anytime soon.
Paul says, Klaus, your health comes first. Anyway, we haven't even been able to agree on what the mural should be. Thomas says, indeed. It might be best to abandon the entire idea.
Oh, very convenient, Thomas.
Werner says, with respect, Father Thomas, you are not on this council. Thomas says, yes, just offering an opinion.
An opinion.
Player says, I can paint the mural.
Can you? What?
OTZ says, what? Mags, quit joking around. Big Yerk says, well, I know you want to help your dad, but aren't you too young for something this big? Option 1 of 3, I've been painting since before I could walk. You don't think I'm good enough?
I mean, I don't know. I've never seen her paint anything. We don't have, like, hanging paintings from Magdalene in the house, so...
Option 2 of 3, I'm old enough to run the print shop by myself, and Dad trusts me to illustrate the books. Isn't that enough? Option 3 of 3, I'm older than OTZ, and he's on the town council. And he doesn't even do anything.
Yeah, I don't know why some people have some very specific fonts. Like, some of them are handwritten, some of them are printed. We never understood the difference. Or if it's just random.
Option 2 of 3, I'm old enough to run the print shop by myself, and Dad trusts me.
I like
Option
that. I'm
3 of
older than
3, I'm
Oats and he
older
doesn't
than
even do
OTZ,
anything.
And he's on the town council. And he doesn't even do anything.
But I'm gonna go for number 2.
Paul says painting a mural this large and complicated will take lot of skill and expertise. Player says so. Paul says so, that's why we were having your dad make it. He's been making art forever. Werner says, I agree with Paul. Klaus needs home care. You're best suited for that, Magdalene, not a mural.
Very sexist.
Player says, what is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, you just made an enemy. Another one.
Big Yerk says, well, are you sure you're up for it? Physically, I mean. Thomas says it's quite demanding. You'd be up on scaffolding and could fall. Option 1 of 3. What would any of you know about it?
I mean, also true. What did they know about it? I can see where this is
Option
going.
3
I
of
suppose
3,
I shouldn't be
alright.
surprised.
Player says you can second guess me all you want, but Dad knows what it takes. I can do it, Dad. Klaus says.
Klaus. Oh no.
Sure you can.
If you don't trust Magdalene to do the mural, to hell with the lot of you.
Okay, so he's for it.
Thomas says Klaus. Klaus says if you don't trust her, you don't trust me. I'll never do any work for this council again.
I mean, let's be honest. After this bump on the head, you probably won't do any work for the council ever again anyway. So, not like not a threat or anything.
OTZ says. ... All right. I say we let her. Paul says it doesn't look like we have much of a choice. Werner says, very well.
Can we not call the little dingus that was with Andreas? What was his name even? I don't remember.
Big Yerk says, all right, Magdalene, you can do it. But you still need to talk to us about what you're doing, all right? Option 1 of 2, of course.
Casper, the friendly assistant. Of course.
Option 2, Paul says, well, we'll figure it out. Big Yerk says, thanks, Magdalene.
What do you mean Paul says we'll figure it out?
Rest up, Klaus. Klaus says I'll do my best, Yerk.
Yerk.
Werner says Magdalene, just a moment. Player says yes. What is it? Werner says your father is lucid right now, but his injury is severe.
Severe.
His current demeanor is misleading. Option 1 of 2, I know the injury is severe, Werner. I saw all the blood. Werner says Magdalene, there is damage to his brain.
Oh, now they're trying to go with that. Oh, fuck. They're gonna say he's mad or something.
Player says. ... Werner says he may have a few weeks, maybe even a few months left.
I'm sorry, what?
But he's not going to survive.
Oh.
Option 1 of 3, no. There has to be something you can do.
Can't we
Option
take
2
him
of 3,
to
can't
see
we
a
take him to see
surgeon
a surgeon?
and do a brain surgery in 1532 or whatever it is? Sure, Magda. Sure, that will go well.
Option Werner says you can make him comfortable and you can enjoy the time you have left. But time will run out before long. Player says. ... Drucker House.
Drucker House. Alright. That's a good 12 hours later.
Player says Dad needs to be able to see the mural in its finished form, but I don't know how much time he has left. Werner said it could be a few months, or... God protect him. I'll pick up where Dad left off. He wanted to paint the history of Tassing, from its earliest days to the revolt. I'll start with the earliest part of Tassing's history, the pagan tribes and the Romans.
There we go.
Then I'll move on to the founding of the Abbey and Tassing's saints. After that, I should find a way to represent our recent history. Depicting the revolt is important to Dad. People in Tassing might know some of the town's history, but not all of it. Dad said the library in Kearsarge had those records. He was going to write to the last prioress to see if she had any information.
Okay, we can do that.
I should write to her now, while I'm thinking about it.
Okay, so
Drucker House Upper.
it seems like she's got very good
Drucker
plans
House Upper.
for this mural. Very sensible plans, you know. Let's learn the history and try to depict the revolt without offending anybody.
Klaus. Klaus says Magdalene.
Oh god, it's like painting a mural about something while listening to Twitter opinions. That's impossible.
Player says hey, Dad. How are you feeling? Can I get you anything? Klaus says no. I'm fine, you go on. Player says alright. I'll come back and check on you later. Klaus.
Alright, Claus. He surely is
Drucker
gonna be
House.
fine on his own right here. We need to write down this letter.
Maps.
And then we can learn about the history of passing.
Right. Sleeve. Right. Player says alright. Where to begin? Dad told me the last prioress at Kiersau knew something about the old history of Tassing. He said she became the abbess of a convent in Bologna. Mother Illuminata?
Oh, Illuminati went to Italy. Nice.
Yes, at Santa Margherita. I should write to her.
Small town in the Republic of Genoa. Along the coast of Ligurian Sea. I see. Reminds me of blind people with talking phones, but their talks at incomprehensible speed. Yeah. I relate to Dead Frog so much. Yeah.
Option 1 of 3 Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Margherita, formerly Prioress of Kiersau Abbey. Option 1 of 2 My name is Magdalene Druck-Aaron. I do not believe we ever met, as I was very young when you left Kiersau.
I mean, Illuminati will know the name Druckerin, right? I don't need to say I'm the daughter of Klaus.
Player says you were acquainted with my father. He bought many books from the library before that terrible fire consumed the place. I am writing because my father and I are creating a mural in the Tassing Rathaus. It's going to tell the history of our community and of Kiersau as well. We have only legends and folklore, since of course all of Kiersau's books were destroyed in the fire. I was hoping you could tell us something about the early history of the town, when the Romans were here.
Right.
If you know anything about the early history of the abbey itself, we would also be glad to hear of it. We would appreciate any help you could give us and we hope you are well. Option 1 of 4 My father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the sisters after the fire.
Right.
Option 2 of 4 My father always spoke highly of you, especially how you cared for the library and its books.
Yeah, he'll care about the library and the books. He spoke of your piety and intellect. Was it hard to return to Italy after being here for so many years? Why would you ask about that?
Option 1 of 3, keep well.
God bless
Option
you.
2 of player says Magdalene.
They all say God bless you. I have to say God bless you.
Player says if I want to finish the mural before Christmas, I should start planning tomorrow. I should head to bed and get as much rest as I can.
Right. Let's check up on Klaus again.
Drucker House Upper.
I feel like now we have to do that literally every single time.
Klaus.
You alive?
Klaus says hello, Magdalene.
He's alive. Should we just go around town
Drucker
for a moment, see if I can't leave the house actually.
Drucker House Upper. Drucker House Upper.
We had more text lines. Oh, that never happened before, so no. If there is a dialogue, like if there is a conversation, the game will zoom on the conversation. If they just have a single line, it will do it like that.
Sleep. Player says it's late. I should get some rest soon. Option 1 of 2 go to sleep.
Let's go to sleep. I mean, I can't even leave the house, so sleep. Sorry. Hello? How long has that been? Like 2 weeks?
Reich's postman says, "Ah, Mistress Druck Aaron. I have a few letters here addressed to you."
Alright. I brushed the hair before sleeping when it all gets messy anyway. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe it gets even messier if you don't, like, place it properly while you lay down.
Take care now. Player says thank you, sir.
Alright, thank you, sir.
Mother Illuminata wrote back to me.
Ooh!
I hope her response helps me paint the mural.
Alright, here we go.
Illuminata says, Mistress Druck Aaron, thank you for your letter. I hope this reply finds you and your father in good health.
Thank goodness for the text-to-speech, like, reading that font is so difficult.
I remember you both, as your father would carry you between the rows of our library in its final years. I also remember your late mother and brother, God keep their souls. While we did have some books that discussed Tassing's past, it's likely they were as mythological as what your neighbors believe.
This is way faster communication than I expected for the time. Yeah, I didn't count the days, but it was like a week or two. Or more than that. That was very quick. I mean, honestly, if I write a letter now and I send it to Germany, I feel like it would take about the same time as it did here. 500 years in the future.
That said, I remember one of the peasants, Tillman Kreutzer, read about the history of the town.
Oh, Tillman. Black Till? I mean, isn't Kreutz like black or dark or something like that? Tillman Kreutzer, Black Till, that makes sense.
I know he died during the revolt, but perhaps his family knows some of what he learned. I should also say that it's not true that all of Kearsaw's books were destroyed by the fire.
Oh?
Andreas Mailer managed to save some from the flames, God rest his soul.
Oh my god, he actually managed to save a couple of books.
In the aftermath of that terrible night, cataloging and preserving the surviving books was not at the top of any of our minds. Even so, this topic has stirred a memory within me. Several years before the fire, there was a death at Kearsaw, the murder of Baron Rothvogel. He had mentioned something about finding a copy of Historia Tasha, a comprehensive chronicle of your home.
Right, yeah. What is going on here? Why is that face? Oh boy, oh boy.
I had forgotten about it until now because the murder dominated all of our thoughts in the days and weeks that followed. It troubles me now because I recall that the late Father Matthias was also reading a copy of Historia Tasha shortly before he died.
Right.
We never accounted for either book's whereabouts. They may have been hidden somewhere in the library and went up with everything else. Perhaps Prior Ferenc took it from the Baron after the murder.
Wasn't Prior Ferenc the one that we got killed? On account of witchery?
Ferenc had an interest in books of all sorts, of course, but it seems like an odd thing to do in the moment. Then again, only God knows what he did and why he did it.
Maybe... Oh wait, maybe he wasn't innocent. Maybe he was actually guilty.
My Klaus Haberl, the Baron's manservant, believed it may have been stolen by the town thief, Martin Bauer.
Right, but Martin died on the road.
If Martin is still alive, I would ask him if he knows where the book is.
She doesn't know.
Hopefully he didn't trade it for a mug of beer on his way out of Tassing.
Yep.
If the man has passed from this world, perhaps his family knows where the book wound up.
Right. That's a good lead.
As for the history of the abbey, I fear that was also lost in the blaze. However, as sacristan, Prior Matthew learned a great deal about the subject.
Oh my... He turned into Neo. He turned into old Keanu Reeves. What the fuck is going on here? Oh my god, Matthew. Ah, let's remember that that is the tiniest man alive.
I have not kept in contact with him, but I know that he is now the Archdeacon of Zion.
Zion? The imperial city of the Holy Roman Empire, Zion became the capital of Valais. The canton joined the Swiss Confederacy. I see.
He is no longer a Benedictine, but uses his family name, Fosiniso.
Fosiniso?
If you write to him soon, your letter may reach him before snow covers Valais.
Right.
Please convey my best wishes to your father. He was a good friend to the abbey in its better years. Despite the violence that occurred, I hold no ill will toward anyone from Tassing. I pray that you have seen better days since that night, and that God forgives the many errors we made. God bless you as well. Mother Illuminata, Abbess of Santa Margarita.
Nice.
Player says, oh, Esther wrote to me as well.
Who's Esther? I mean, I know we wrote to Esther, but I don't remember who she is.
Esther says, my dear Magda.
She's young.
My parents were glad to hear from your father. Please tell him they wish to hear from him soon. Speaking of printing, your ink was well received indeed. I've made several prints with it. They look lovely on the wall. Elisha has taken to making his own ink from scraps he found around the house after he saw yours. Mother was furious when he spent several pfennigs trying to find lapis at the market. She set him scrubbing the floors for it. Took him 3 days. I am glad you're keeping busy, even though it keeps you from visiting. Father says we'll have room whenever you decide to make an appearance.
Right.
Though, really, if you don't plan to stay in Tassing, you ought to come sooner rather than later. There are plenty of beautiful young Christian men around town. Printers and academics alike.
This is the daughter of the travelers. Right. But the one that was born that night? Born on the day of the riots. Holy shit.
Or maybe something else. You'd have your pick. Prague is a good city for me, as well. Before the expulsion, there was a handsome man at synagogue, Simond, who caught my eye. His father is a merchant, and he's a doctor.
Ooh.
He went to the University of Padua.
Ooh.
Can you believe it? I'd quite like to marry him, if I can find him again.
Aw, dang.
Anyway, I think you'd have even better luck than me. The boys would swoon at a beautiful blonde artist from the Alps. Please keep us abreast of your father's mural. We'll have to come see when it is finished. Blessings.
It's my mural now.
Esther.
Alright.
Player says I'll have to write Esther back tonight. I should head home and check on Dad.
Can we not ask
Player
him?
says, hey, Dad. How are you feeling? Klaus says, ah, Magdalene, sitting upright is still a struggle, I'm afraid.
Yeah, he's not gonna sit upright anymore, I don't think.
The dizziness makes my stomach turn, so I'd rather not eat at the moment. Player says, are you sure? I can bring up something light, like milk or broth. Klaus says, no, no. I can't stomach anything just yet.
Oh, you have to eat, Klaus. You have to eat.
But tell me, where are you off to? Player says I need to get started on the first part of the mural today, the old history. Mother Illuminata didn't know much about Tassing's early history, but she did give me a few places to start. I'm going to ask Blacktill if his grandfather told him any stories.
Yeah, right.
Illuminata said he used to read about the Romans.
I'm not gonna do that.
Klaus says Mother Illuminata, Magdalene. Option 1 of 2 right, yes. Mother Illuminata. Klaus says young Kreutzer has mentioned those tales from time to time, yes. He comes by to borrow books now and then. Usually when he's found some interesting old ruin out in the fields.
Right.
You might ask him about that. A pity that ill Peter passed. He knew a great deal about Tassing's earliest history.
I mean, honestly though, with that name, does it surprise anybody that ill Peter died?
I think his granddaughter, Ursula, might have learned a thing or two from him.
Oh no. Oh no, not Ursula.
She was always quite keen on those things. It made Clara nervous. You might talk to Smokey, too.
Oh, I like Smokey.
The old charcoal burner seems to know more about what's in the woods around town than anyone else.
Also, he's a snoop, I'm a snoop. We should both be snooping together.
That, and he's a known gossip.
Yep.
Option 1 of 3 he's always been. Option 3 of 3 oh, I know. He told me that he saw Artemis and Kraft swimming together in the pond just last week.
Aha.
Klaus says oh, Lord. I can't imagine the fit Veronica would have if she knew. Player says well, I'm not going to tell. Klaus says. I trust the spirit to convict them, since I cannot.
Right.
Well, Smokey may know who else you should talk to, then, you may hear something worth your while, at any rate.
Sure.
Player says I'll go talk to him. What about the ruins or the mines? I can't just use books and stories alone. I want to explore whatever is left over from the Romans and before.
Not a great idea, but...
The salt mine and Roman ruins are the oldest parts of Tassing, so it only makes sense to see what they left behind. Klaus says ah. You take after your mother. She was always thorough in her research. Player says you always said that's what good artists do.
Player
Dad.
says. I hate that they say that, by the way. Player says.
Klaus says be careful, alright? I know the twins mess around near the salt mine, but I don't want you getting hurt. I don't know why Jurg doesn't keep them in line. Always making trouble, those two. Option 1 of 3 don't worry about me, Dad. I'll be careful. Option 2 of 3 they don't have brains enough to keep out of trouble. Klaus says head, I should hope so.
Yeah.
You're the one running the shop for now.
It says
after
yeah.
all. Don't forget your other chores while you're running around town, alright? We still have a household to run. Option 1 of 3 don't worry.
What chores?
I'll get everything done. Klaus says that's my girl. Player says I'd better get going if I want to do all of that today. I'll see you later, Dad.
Yeah, I'm not
Klaus
sure
says
it's
good
all gonna
luck,
happen today.
Magdalene.
So we have about 1 million things to do.
Klaus says hello, Magdalene. Klaus. 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 Drucker House.
Alright, let's see what we have on the map. Blacktail. Do it Q floss for us, old man. If I do something like that right now, I'm probably going to die.
Journal.
What I really want to do though is ask Martin
Drucker
about
House
the
ever.
books. But here's the thing
Church
though.
and Druckers.
I don't have enough strength in me to do a 3-hour stream, so I think we're gonna call it for today. I have to take my
Drucker
medicine
House.
as well. It's the
Central
last
Town.
day.
Drucker House.
But, you know, I think I'm gonna come back soon, tomorrow, probably, and continue, you know. a little bit of the time, we can do it. We can finish this game finally, and then we can start something new. I have plenty of things
Martin Bauer Farm
ready. So, but yeah, guys,
make quit.
game saved 39 seconds ago. Sure, that'll be fine.